What do you mean? You can't hear me now? Oh, look, you started pressing record. Boy, you're lucky. I was about to tear into you. I was asking you if you heard back from Theo Vaughn.
Well, I tell you what, Theo Vaughn and I would text regularly because I think we would get along very swimmingly if he actually listened to the show. And, if he listened to the show, we would obviously be at least in his top 100 podcast.
Oh, most definitely. At least.
Yeah,
At least.
no problem.
Yeah. If he knew he existed.
If he knew he existed, we'd be pals. Maybe.
That is so great.
I have no data to back that up. So how about, so what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the fake moon? You want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein still alive? Or you want to talk about the elite Rothschilds hunting children?
I think first off, those pictures of Epstein in Israel, of all places. I mean, that literally fits, doesn't it, with the narrative of everything else right now?
Yeah, he's 100% alive. Like, he was never dead. Epstein isn't dead. Like, there was photos on him on his island a month later.
That's insane.
Someone got it with a drone.
It sort of it supports what everybody was saying too about him being, a secret operative for the Israelis.
Not just them. He's a secret operative for us as well. Like, I don't even know if for us is the right thing. So intelligence agencies contract out work they don't want to do. In fact, most of the super duper spy shit is done by companies like Booz Allen Hamilton. Or Booz Allen. Oh. Yeah. The private intelligence agencies are just as big, if not bigger and more powerful than the actual intelligence agencies.
Wow,
like, they're the ones who, because they're not bound and constricted by.
They're not following the rules.
No, the rules don't apply.
Yeah.
It's why do we use government contract? Like, we learned this heavily in, Iraq and Afghanistan. We were relying heavily for our VIP protection over there with like Blackwater or XE Academy. That's the same company, but other companies as well. Why? Their rules of engagement are different. They're not playing around. Like, Blackwater was saying, we never lost. I think, we never lost a principal. We never lost anybody.
Is it more of that get it done by any means necessary type mentality? They don't have to follow the same restrictions or ethics or morals. They just get it done.
Well, and even then, I mean, like,
whatever
everything goes out. Yeah, whatever it is, war go out. The other thing is, I think there's more practicality to it. Like, if you're going to fight a war, you're going to fight a war. What are we playing around with rules? Like, what are we doing? We're building this base in an area. Like, no, we're going to smash you into oblivion and leave. That's how this works. Or we're going to conquer you. This weird in-between thing that we do doesn't make sense. The thing that's made the most sense is, like, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand it. When we went after the leader of Venezuela and we abducted him, that was surgical. That was perfect. Like, that's what we do. And Iran, nothing we've done so far makes any sense. We're involved in something we shouldn't be involved in. The fallout is going to be too great. It wasn't as simple as what Venezuela is. I don't know who convinced him otherwise. I don't know if it's, bad leadership, but we're in a tough spot all the meanwhile. And here's the most important thing, that all of these things are tied together. The moon and this war are only to keep us from asking questions about Epstein.
It's constantly something.
Because
and yet here his face shows up.
Yeah. So Pam Bondi was caught on a recorder, which I sent to you, talking about, someone was asking her, what about all the videos and everything? She said, it's all children. It's all children. How can we release it? It's all children.
Yeah.
And so they have the video evidence. They know who is there. They know what's been done, and they've done nothing. They've done nothing but continue to protect themselves. And was it from his penthouse, or not his penthouse, but his townhome in New York? They got 17 terabytes of video. Now, granted, I'm sure there's probably a lot of nothing. I'm sure he has recorders everywhere, but on there, I bet there's a lot of stuff. So you have that going on, and they've only we've released so many X files. You've released nothing, and they're not going to, because it would burn the world. And I got to be honest, maybe it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's all children, good God.
Yeah, and that ties right into the Rothschild hunting party. Why? Because Epstein is quoted in emails as saying he's a representative of the Rothschilds. Those are his benefactors. That's who he works for.
So these hunting parties that have to be stalked by little ones to hunt, that's where Epstein comes in?
Maybe. So the Rothschilds are a unbelievably wealthy family. They're one of, whether you consider it the 13 or the 200 families, whatever conspiracy you subscribe to. They're one of them. They're just kind of the known one. So it kind of tells you that they're not good enough to be unknown. There's plenty of other people whose names just kind of disappear. Right. Yeah, there's difference between like, hey, we know about Area 51, sure, but what do we know about S4? What do we know about, these other places you can't drive to that no one talks about? Like, which one's really the secret? Anyway, yeah, they hunt children allegedly. That's been a rumor for a long time. I mean, the Queen of England has, when she was alive, her and her husband visited Aboriginal children's homes in Australia, and allegedly, 10, 20 kids disappeared. They went to Canada to one of the First Nation peoples up there, which is like Indian reservations in the more common language. And again, they give us the 20 brightest kids. We're going to take them on a picnic. Well, those kids never come home, and the royals just go back home. Like, what are they doing?
So crazy to me.
How about the video of Buckingham Palace where there was a naked teenager jumping out of the fucking window?
He tied sheets together and was trying to use it as a rope to climb himself down. Yeah.
And nobody did anything. There was no.
And then it just went away.
Yeah, no one said a word. Yeah. Some naked young person-esque.
That doesn't just happen. That doesn't. No.
Everybody in that building, everybody that walks into Buckingham Palace is on a list. Depending on what floor they are and where they are is where they've been cleared. Like, you don't just get there. And that's another thing is you look in the amount of known pedophiles and pedophile instances that have been tied to people who work at Buckingham Palace or work for the royal family. That's not a fucking coincidence. Birds of a feather. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Birds
absolutely.
of a feather.
Yeah. You are the company you keep, right? At any level. I mean,
at any level.
You don't get to hang out with people and say that you're not like them. Well, then why are you hanging out with them? Because people don't hang out with people that they don't want to be around, that they can't stand, that they don't agree with. You don't do that, especially when you're a grown-ass person. You're not a kid anymore.
No.
You're not stuck in a classroom with this person and you have to get along in group. No.
Yeah, there's something going on. And I think more and more normally, like longtime conspiracy crazies like me, have always said it, like the reptilians and this, and now I got to be honest, we conspiracy theorists, we're kind of batting 1,000 here.
You really are. You're crushing it right now. You really are.
Especially considering you had JD Vance come out talking about the interdimensional aliens that are probably just demons. Like everyone's like aliens, and all the conspiracies like they're demons. It's a war of heaven and hell, and they're demons. Like, no, it's not. They're life forms from another guy. And then all our people are like, they probably are demons. Like, what?
Yeah.
I hate being right. I told someone
Do you
the other
though?
day.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Oh, you lie.
I told someone the other day, I was like, the problem with always being right. He's like, what? I was like, you're always right. It sucks. Because you can see the train coming down the path, and the more things that are right, the more you're like, we are going to get hit by that fucking train.
You're wrong sometimes.
I know.
You were wrong about getting mom a new dog.
I was wrong about that. Mom. Yeah.
Yep.
It's been good for her.
It's been
good
great
for her.
She
loves
she
that thing.
Loves that puppy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. I hope the Rothschilds don't find out about it. They'll rape it and eat it.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Hopefully in that order.
Mom's going to listen to this, and she loves that puppy.
Yeah. Paint that graphically in your mind, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Not sorry.
I can't stop him.
She knows. No, she brought it over the other day. It's a sweet dog. It's a sweet dog. So back to, I think that they're distracting us. The moon is a distraction. This whole Artemis.
It's out of nowhere. I'm sorry, but we especially, we've been doing this shit for a while now. And how can it all of a sudden just show up? How could there be billions of dollars spent on this project and nobody's heard about it until all of a sudden they're ready to launch? And we're like, wait, what?
Nobody's talking about it.
What?
Yeah. It's like, so what about these Epstein files? We don't care about the war. We don't care about this. We don't, what about the gas and the price of inflation? Fuck all that. Who's hunting the children? Are you eating babies? There's things in there about eating babies. Oh, shit. We didn't scrub that. Let's go to the moon, guys. Let's go to the We'll rally. They did that just to rally Americans together. They're losing the war. American excellence is getting trashed globally. There's no way to get out of this. And they know it.
Mm-hmm.
They know it.
We are laughed at. My husband and I, we've traveled a good bit the last couple of years, and we aren't respected at all anymore. Like people all over the world, they either feel sorry for us. If they're an empath or they're a good person, they feel sorry for us because they realize that not all of us have any control over what's happening. Mm-hmm. But most of them just think we're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, there's bias in that though. Like, so when I went to Europe and I dealt with those people, and they'd be like, "Oh, here's this or that." He's like, well, "What about this in your American politics?" And when we talk about that, and I was like, he's like, "So what do you think about what's going on in Europe?" And it's like, "Why would I pay attention to Europe?" He's like, "See, that's just arrogance." It's like, no, your country has 4 million people. You're not a global power. You can't project. Stop pretending. Sit in the back of the room and be quiet. But the reality is the people who control our country control every country.
Yeah.
The people who actually matter. They're beyond the government. They're the ones presidents and ministers are afraid of. Right? They're the ones who kill people. That's
really kind of sad and scary to think about at the same time.
Yeah. And they're doing everything they can. That America, and I believe this, and it's going to sound like American exceptionalism, America is the only country who can turn that tide. We're the only one. We have the power to do it. That's why there is so much focus on keeping us distracted. Because if we were to wake up and be like, oh, start building.
Let me ask you, why do you think it's us? Why do you think it's us here in America? Do you think that's because there are more Christians here in America? Do you think it's because we have the right to bear arms here in America?
That's part of it. So I think all of those things are they're symptoms, they're externalities that come from the same place, right? They flow from the same thing. The same places. All these other countries have been controlled forever. And anyone with a backbone, anyone that was rebellious, anyone that the government just got tired of dealing with their genetic fucking line. I mean, England's a perfect example. If you were a troublemaker, they sent you to other places.
Right.
If you had a choice or you had the freedom to do it, you went to America. If you didn't and they had you in chains and you were dumb enough to get caught, they sent you to Australia. So we see that during COVID. When COVID came, Australians folded. What did Americans do? Go fuck yourself. People are throwing hands in the street over a mask. That's what we like. Europeans don't understand Americans and they like to mock us and whatnot. But here's the thing. They tolerate pickpocketing as just part of life. Oh, they just steal from me. You steal from an American, he's going to crack your fucking head open. Why? Because how dare you take from me? How hard I worked to get here? You know how many weeks vacation I have? How long I had to fucking save to fly across an ocean? And you're going to take my shit? Oh, no. I've been waiting for this moment. You little fucking twerp.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. Europeans they're just going with it. Here everyone's worried, and they're worried not only because, and I believe that it's kind of like the brain drain, right? Like we are arguably have taken a lot of the best tier people because they can come here and make a lot of money. There's not a lot of restrictions on that. They can develop their ideas, they can develop their businesses, they can patent technology. So it makes sense to come here. So that's what happens. We get the smarts, but we also get people who are just courageous. I mean, think about 250 years ago. You're being oppressed, either it's religiously or politically, or you're tired of people like, I'm a lord because my daddy owned all this and I'm better than you. Go fuck yourself. I'm going to go fight some grizzly bears in Montana and build my own life. The genetics coming out of that guy and woman that survived that are vastly different than, oh, daddy, do I get a new horse and carriage? We're not the same.
I've always thought about that. It's something to acknowledge that the immigrants that come here and they start over here, they are the toughest, the strongest, the bravest, the biggest hearts. They came here for a reason. They sacrificed so much. The risk
takers.
Risk
takers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When today we live in a world of just whiny little people who hide behind their phones.
I don't think so. I think that's what we see.
Oh, I'm not saying that the rest aren't out there, but the majority of everybody who's attacking anybody is from a safe place nowadays.
Oh, 100%.
If you were an immigrant that came over, any struggle that you faced was in your face, was real. You weren't hiding behind anything.
No. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. That in that I regard it's like wokeism and cancel culture. That's a minority of people. That was a minority of people who were artificially pushed to the top, and they were given a much louder speakerphone than they have, and that's just gone the way of the dodo. The reason Trump originally rose is because he just was talking shit, and the bulk of people who stopped voting because they just kind of checked out were like, "Fuck yeah, maybe we got a chance at this." Now racial slurs are coming back, which I love.
Drama lovers, the drama lovers.
Oh yeah, it's this nonsense. It's this. We're catering to mental illness. That poor woman, speaking of mental illness, this drives me fucking wild to think about. I'm going to have to think of how I'm going to say this. That poor woman, that poor Ukrainian immigrant girl who got her throat slit on the tram, and her attacker has been deemed mentally unfit to stand trial. 14 times before, he was mentally fit.
Yeah.
But now he's not. They were painting a mural of her, and the mayor of the town made him stop. It was anti-Semitic somehow. I don't know. There doesn't have to even be fucking reason behind shit anymore. People just, it's kind of like racist, Nazi, anti-Semitic. They don't mean anything anymore. They don't mean, and not only that, Semitic is a Mediterranean people, right? Like, if you're an Ashkenazi Jew, you can't be anti-Semitic against an Ashkenazi Jew because an Ashkenazi Jew is from Europe. Like, they're not a Semitic people. It's why DNA tests are illegal in Israel.
Oh my gosh.
Which
That's
is true.
funny. That's ironic, isn't it?
It's a little bit. Fine. So we're talking about a faith or whatever. Yeah, but we got to stop calling it anti-Semitic. It's not what it is. And it doesn't even matter anymore. The words have lost power. It's lost power. It's that victim culture where you attack and then cry, attack and then cry, attack and then cry.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Americans are probably the first one that have truly are just fed up with it. Like the people. And you can see how nervous the government officials are getting. Because understand, they can actually see the algorithm. They can see what people are searching and what people are saying. They're monitoring that in real time.
Yeah.
That has them nervous. Right? It has them all nervous.
Yeah.
I think that's why Israel's doing what it's doing now. They own all social media except for X.
That's interesting.
Are based out of their citizens that they use the national. They operate a lot like China. Is they find certain individuals and they'll give them billions of dollars to purchase these. That's why it's an individual, but it's not. It's that country, and they make sure that they're heavily invested in tech services and things like that. It's a pretty crazy. It's smart. I'd be honest. It's for a intelligence movement. Trying to think how to put it. It's a smart play. It's action without direct conflict, right?
So they're doing this whole moon thing, this whole Artemis adventure, and this is all just to distract us from,
which is only being carried by mainstream media. Only mainstream media is taking it seriously. Everybody else is mocking it, checking the pictures against AI
because it's too easy to do. They're literally showing pockets of green screen coming through. They're showing,
behind them.
Yes, there's evidence of just obvious kid stuff that little kids would point out, be like, how come that's floating but that's not? It's a really good question, kid. I'm just curious why they think they're going to get away with this again. Like, I realize maybe they feel like they got away with it back in, was it 1965 or whatever? Maybe they
69. Yeah,
69.
Yeah, 69 was easier, right? They've been getting away with it for a long time. You can go way down the rabbit hole if you want, and that's what gives the flat earthers so much argument. Is NASA just has so much bullshit. Every moon rock brought back has been found of terrestrial origin and or petrified wood.
You know what I thought about the other day? This whole Charlie Kirk thing. You know what it reminds me of? This is very similar to JFK.
Kennedy assassination. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and if we could do then what we can do now with technology, with all the camera angles, with all the proof, all the evidence. I mean,
Charlie Kirk was going to be president.
I can see that.
He stopped bowing to Israel. We know that from his conversations. Yeah. JFK was the only president who didn't go kiss that wall and bow down. Love him, hate him, whatever, him and his Maryland affairs and his brothers and all that, or debauchery they get into. It's all that aside.
Yeah.
He cared. So people loved him. And he was too powerful. They can't have that.
Yeah.
And that's the world we live in. The thing is now, it makes me wonder what they have on Trump. What do they got on you? What do they really got? Because they tried.
Is he not mentioned thousands of times in the Epstein files?
Yeah, but he's a powerful guy. But he never went to the island. He didn't, whatever. And they're like, well, he was on the Lolita Express, his airplane. Yeah, but he also, like, billionaires loan each other their planes. It's shit that they do. You know what I mean? Like, oh, go ahead and fucking take yours. Some other time I'll borrow yours. Like, all right. You know what I mean? It's kind of like my buddy borrow my neighbor borrow my truck. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So
he's just such a creep. It just
well,
it's hard to picture him not being. But but not all creeps like kids, though, and that's not fair to say. There are a lot of creeps that just like women. They don't like kids.
I think they were involved in the same thing, just differently. I think Trump bought into the Miss Universe pageant to gain leverage on bankers, politician favors, because he was running human trafficking just with modeling. That's what modeling is.
And his ego loved to be around all those beautiful women
who would do anything he wants,
bowing down to him because he's fucking running the show. I mean, it's a power trip.
Yeah, and he hooks them up with whoever, powerful people, and that gives him influence. Epstein's doing the same thing, but for an intelligence agency and not himself, and he's offering them anything. Do whatever you want. We'll dispose of whatever's left. Don't worry about it. No one will know. So that's the thing is people think he was blackmailing people. I don't. I think he was providing a service.
Just gathering evidence?
No, he's providing a service. People who have their favorite drug dealer technically have leverage over their drug dealer. But if they turn in their drug dealer, they lose their connection. He's providing what they want. Where else can they go and do these things to women and children? Women and children. How many bodies, they dredged the fucking sound there that Disney was sending people to. It's his little bay there they dredged. It's, the bodies out in New Mexico. They're building things on top of it now.
They shut that shit down real fast.
Real fast. And it's, he provided something. You got to understand these people, they're blackmailed. No, they loved it. He's the only guy they could get that from. He's the only guy they can get disposable children. They can do whatever they want to. He's the only guy they can get disposable women, disposable little boys that no one will miss.
That and Wayfair.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those hutch cabinets and things named Claudia for $5,000.
It's the conspiracy hidden in plain sight, right? It's the conspiracy hidden in plain sight. People don't believe it because it's right there. Why wouldn't you believe it? It's right there. Well, that can't be real. It can't be real because you're not a monster and you can see it, and that's awesome.
We choose to forget things and we move on way too quickly. We don't get mad enough about stuff. We move on way too quickly.
The worse it is, the worse we want to get out of it. The worse it is, the worse we want to get out of it. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that.
We're also such curious creatures, though, that we're drawn to the gross and to the nasty and that's the shock value.
It's the I think it's mystery. I think certain people are drawn to the grotesque. That's aspect. I don't think most people are. Everyone I roll with, we don't watch horror movies. We're not into that shit.
We're not gore, grotesque. I've literally, while we've been recording this today, I was sitting here thinking we were talking about the Rothschilds and the hunting party, and I was thinking, man, I need to go back and watch those Hostel movies again. Because they literally are implying
they're desensitizing you
that
what they do.
That they're showing us what they do in plain sight.
So why would they do that? So when it comes out in reality,
arrogant assholes. Hey, look, John, look a movie I'm putting out. Ha ha ha.
Because of that, because we associate it with a movie, and a movie isn't real.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I'm going back, looking at it with new glasses, with new eyes.
Fair enough.
But this is just like Eyes Wide Shut. I went back and watched that movie over again. What the fuck?
The 27 missing minutes.
Because the first time I watched it, it was all fake to me. None of this was real. So when you go back and watch it with a different perspective, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah. Or Hunger Games.
Don't do that one to me again, okay? I
What
love
you
the
mean
Hunger
the
Games.
hunting of
No,
children for the elite
no,
sport, then they whore them out afterwards?
please don't ruin Hunger Games for me.
Think about it.
I already did. We went down this one already. You
No,
already
not
got
on
me.
Hunger
And
Games.
oh yeah, that was Twilight. That was Twilight that you ruined for me.
Oh, I didn't even get into the werewolf shit and the pedophilia.
Which there is. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Hunger Games, they're hunting
From
children
both
in a private reserve for sport, and then the winner they rape, forced to please them, and parade them out in public like everything's fine. It's just another power play.
See, all this really sucks because I really enjoyed those. I really enjoyed those stories, really enjoyed those books, really enjoyed the movies.
They stuff like that makes it to the top to desensitize people.
See, that's what I thought they were doing with, like I said, Deep Impact and Armageddon a couple decades ago. I thought maybe an asteroid was coming because they put those two movies out within a year, and I'm like, why are they doing this? Why are they trying to prepare us?
I think part of it is also like things like that. They want to keep people in a fear cycle. Fear cycle keeps you susceptible. It keeps your adrenal system up. It keeps a lot of these hormones going. You're all this bad news. It's like, oh, it's fear porn. And it's addictive. It's just ruining your psyche and your soul so you don't have peace.
They do that over and over again.
And
they did that with Y2K, 2012,
COVID-19,
COVID, like it just
now World War III.
Yeah. Oh,
and so
don't say
ask yourself why.
To keep us surviving and trying to not focus on something else.
Partly, but why do things for one reason when you can do it for multiple? If these aliens and extra dimensional beings are what everyone keeps saying, and I think we need to start taking them at their fucking face value when they say shit like this. What if they are
they're demons?
And what if this is what they feed on? As they break you down, they get stronger. They make you more vulnerable.
I mean,
you have a nation of people, and they're feeding on it. They're loving it, basking in it.
I mean, you can go back all the way to, I can remember as a child, they did that in the news. They would, so-and-so's on the hunt, lock your doors, don't go out at night. You know, I mean, I remember whole periods of my childhood where I was afraid of
razor blades
out there, you know. Now, thankfully, you know, I had good mom and dad. I felt safe at home, and I didn't live in fear all the time. But yeah, I mean, they've got us with that stuff.
Yeah. So think of that. If what they say is true, and we're taking it at that face value, these interdimensional, let's equate them to demons, right? Or interdimensional beings, whatever fits whoever's new age philosophy of whatever's going on. The descriptions have been around. So what do these descriptions say? They thrive in chaos, fear, pain. They hate us. They hate that we're favored by the creator of the universe. And they want to tear us down. They want to hurt us. And they want to hurt us not physically. They want to hurt our soul, our mind, our families. That's the shit they care about. Why? That means there must be value in it. Value maybe we don't fully understand. Maybe we can't understand. They do. And so if that's true and all these things are working together, and then it goes to the Tucker Carlson interview and multiple interviews with dudes that have worked in Silicon Valley, and they come out, these guys are all doing ketamine, and they're talking to what they believe is ancient Babylonian gods. You have Hillary Clinton talking about worshiping Moloch and sacrificing chickens in her backyard, getting into, you know, Babylonian Empire-esque shit. Like they're looking for fossil. They're what? And they're like, oh no, that's silly. Are you that dumb? Because they said it in writing.
Yeah.
They said it in fucking writing. And you have enough people coming out making these stuff. Jack Parsons was into the occult and Satanism and sex magic rituals. He founded JPL, which founded NASA. Hell, that's how they found the location for Area 51 they were going to do is sex magic rituals.
God.
A lot of people have argued that he was out there with Aleister Crowley. That's who he ran with. That's who the father of modern rocketry was hanging out with. You know, and the Nazis we bring over were all into the occult. They had their own whole thing going on over there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, we have the Indiana Jones. They're looking for the Ark of the Covenant. They weren't joking. They were out there looking for the fucking Ark of the Covenant. They were out there looking for what they believed to be, some kind of technology or weaponry or advancedness that existed out there, that all these things were based off of. And then you start looking into it more and more, like the Theo Society and shit like that. Like, they were into some dark shit. Human sacrifices, rituals.
I think it's clear that civilization in the past has been into dark shit just by what they left behind. I mean, they don't try to front run it. It's like all the historical artifacts that we find, the statues, the carvings. There's some really gross, dark stuff there. Why? Out of anything they could have left behind or carved, or why that?
Because they're trying to tell you something. There's something to this, two of the weirdest places I've ever been was when I went to Chichen Itza. And
say that again real fast 3 times.
Chichen Itza. It's in the Yucatan Peninsula, is the Mayan capital. And back then you could still climb it, right? Like, you could climb to the top, and I took pictures. I think you have my pictures, actually, floating around somewhere in your house. But
possibly.
Yeah, I think you do. But that was an uncomfortable place. I was not happy to be there. When I got there, I wanted to leave. The only other place I went to that felt like that was when I went to Mauthausen concentration camp in Europe and Austria. And I was like, oh, this is not a great place. I'd like to leave. I'd like to leave. I regret buying the ticket. I fucking regret buying the ticket.
Yeah.
There's places like that, and there's a reason. Blood soaks so much ground. Whatever you think is or isn't about the Holocaust, places like that have a lot of pain. Same thing. I feel the same way about prisons. I don't like going to prisons.
Definitely. Yeah. When I was a probation officer, they would take us to the local jails and workhouses and things, just so we had an idea of what people were talking about when they were coming in to see us every week and everything. Yeah. And my stomach was so upset. It took a long time for me to understand what that was. When I would have to go back and forth to the jail, because sometimes we would have to go get them to sign something or go over somebody, my stomach did not feel good. And like I said, it took a long time to realize, it's the energy of the place. It's
the things that are in there with them.
Yeah.
Right. There's the seen and the unseen.
Yeah.
If you take the unseen unseriously, then you're that's woe to you. Woe to you, because everyone else throughout history takes it seriously. Only since our age of scientism, where we worship science, since the nuclear age, have we viewed this differently. And I think people are starting to come back, thanks to just a few voices, like even Tucker Carlson talking about his dream, waking up with scratches on him. The thing is, most people have had some kind of crazy paranormal experience, and they don't like talking about it. Either you get a few in them, or they realize you're the crazy person. They're like, let me tell you this. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, that's serious.
Well, I think there's something when you open up and you finally decide you're going to share something with somebody, that reaction is kind of detrimental to how you move forward from then on. What do you do you tell somebody else? If they look at you like you're crazy, you immediately go, probably should not tell anybody. And then you stop talking about it.
Yeah, it's if they feel like they can open up to you. It's so I mean, there's the seen and the unseen, and they play a part. And now we have the government coming out. They're talking alien bases underwater. Doesn't sound like an alien. And they're like, well, yeah, they're not really bases. We think they're more portals, doorways that are underwater. Yeah.
Portals that go where? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Where? What's going on? And then the other thing you hear mentioned out of the side of the mouth, and probably underground. What's underground? What's underground?
Yeah.
What's going on? It reminds me of The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, where you had a civilization when he goes to he ends up getting fast forward in his time machine, and he goes to the end, and there's this utopian civilization living on top that are very childlike and innocent, and he finds out they're cattle for the things that live underground.
Oh.
And they let them live in the sunshine, and they come up occasionally and hunt them and take them down and eat them.
I mean, that's what's happening in all of our major cave systems, right?
Feels
across
like
the
it.
U.S.
Feels like it.
Is that not where most people go missing? And all the 411 sightings and
missing 411.
most Bigfoot sightings have been along all those major cave systems. Oh, and not just Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot kind of gets categorized. There's a lot. I think the skinwalkers fall into that category. I think there are a lot of things that people see a lot of things and they just call it Bigfoot, but they don't know what they saw.
There's an interesting case in so the guy who wrote Missing 411, David Paulides, wrote UFOs and stuff. He used to actually be like a UFO investigator. I mean, I say that he was actually a homicide detective. And then he got into doing HR work in Silicon Valley. I don't know how he made that transition. And then through like his retirement HR party, talking to the guys who owned the company he was working for, they had a few beers at him and started talking about how both saw Bigfoot once. And Dave was like, I saw him once too. And he's like, if we approach this with the right thing and fund it, I bet we could fund him. And I guess like the next day when they sobered up, both the guys cut him a fucking check. And they're like, go find Bigfoot. He's like, all right. So he founded the Bigfoot Research Organization and approached it like an FBI investigation. Like you get people signing affidavits, you get them like you take this seriously to compound evidence. And while he was doing that, he had a park ranger approach him and says, you're missing the biggest thing. He's like, people go missing in these parks and we don't keep lists. They don't talk about it. And so when he started looking into that, he was like, oh no, lots of people are going missing.
Yeah.
Under unusual circumstances.
Because they don't keep up with it, right? Isn't that one of the only places, state parks, that they don't keep up with?
I've never met a police department in my life that didn't keep up with statistics. My local police department keeps up with how many tickets they got, how many traffic violations, how many robberies in this area have we had.
Well, then why would they not make it public information?
Because it's federal and they're not going to. Because if they did, so understand, national parks are a multi-billion-dollar industry.
That's what I mean. The number must be that high for them to choose.
They're not going to tell anyone. Yeah, because it's why? Because then all the funding goes away.
Then nobody comes back.
People are afraid. And maybe it's even worse than that.
What?
Maybe we have to keep people going. Maybe if we're not sending people in there voluntarily, those things come out looking.
Okay, see, now here's another movie. What was it? Cabin in the Woods?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent movie. I'm telling that was a great.
You got to get the sacrifices, and they have to pick how they.
It has to be a willing sacrifice. Has to be from virgin.
Yeah.
It has
the whore, the virgin, the fool, the hero.
And that was a really good movie because it was such a shocker. You thought it was going to be like every other dumbass, scary movie in the woods, and
they're telling them at the end, like, you have to do this. The old ones wake up, and we failed everywhere else. This is our last chance. You got to kill him. You can walk away, but you got to kill him.
And that whole organization of people running it and guiding it and trying to make things go this way or go that way or
it had to be. So much of it had to be fate. Like they have to pick how they die, and they have to pick. Like that was that was good. It was interesting.
But that's what makes me think of what you're just saying. Like, what if they have to? What if sacrifices have to be made?
Makes you wonder. Maybe not have to. Maybe it's just more convenient. I don't ever believe you have to. Maybe that's how they keep their power. What is the movie that they just made a sequel to, Ready or Not, where the family has this huge gaming empire and fortune?
Yes, I haven't seen the second one yet.
I haven't seen the second one either. And when you bring in a person, they have to play a game. And if you get a hide or seek, they hunt you and kill you. Or you kill them. And she wins, and they don't kill her by sunup, and they're all like, "Oh, it was nonsense," and they all die because their family made a pact with Satan.
Yeah.
And I guess the second one is like the ruling families of the world. This triggers second rematch. Like now we have to decide who's going to be in charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like gory things like that are funny. Like
that one is. Yeah.
Yes, that's funny, and it's just silly.
Yeah.
Or like
every scene with a lot of blood is done in a very comical way.
It's like this is ridiculous. Yeah. Or like the zombie movies. I like things like I used to like things like that. I actually just watched. So we have an Angel Network subscription. I just watched Testament, which is pretty good. It wasn't 100% biblically accurate, but it was pretty close. Now I'm on The Chosen, which again isn't 100% biblically accurate, but it's pretty close. I got disappointed by the Testament though, but whatever. I'm a nerd like that.
You are.
That's my new thing. Yeah, the stoning of Stephen. It culminates with the stoning of Stephen. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Nope.
Okay. Stoning of Stephen. So after Christ dies, is resurrected, and after the day of Pentecost, and he, charges his disciples, and they move forward. Like the church immediately starts spreading like wildfire because they're performing miracles, they're healing people, They're teaching this new message, which is radical in ideology, and it is like, why is Christianity hunted down across the world? Because it teaches one thing: while a Christian will be obedient in your country and follow the laws and pay taxes and do what they're supposed to do, they will never bow to you. They will never kneel. That's not what Christianity does. Every other one, yes, not Christianity. We'll be a perfect citizen, model citizen. I'm going to follow your rules. Well, I need you to bow to our authority. See, that's where the problem comes in. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. So that's why it's in him. Anyway, so stoning of Stephen, he's radicalized, or not radicalized. He's saved, and he's radicalizing others. He's bringing them into the faith. And the Pharisees and the Sadducees bring him in for trial, and he just fucking lets them have it. He calls them, they're not real Jews. They're, worshipers of Remphan and Moloch, and they killed all the prophets like their ancestors. They're workers of iniquity. They're like, just calls them to their face what they fucking are. And they lose it and fall upon him with a gnashing of teeth and beating him. They start biting him and clawing him and beating him. And they drag him outside, and they take off their robes, which is their phylacteries. It's like a holy thing. And they lay him at the feet of a guy named Saul. And they then stone him to death. And when he's considered, I think, like one of the first martyrs. So when they stone him to death, he sees Christ standing at the right hand of God. And he just was taken. Like but it motivated a guy named Saul, was so motivated by this action. He started killing Christians, just hunting them down. Like, you all are going to die. Saul meets Christ on the road to Damascus and becomes Paul. Christ appears to him and says, "Why do you persecute me? Why are you persecuting me, my people?" And he strikes him as blind after seeing Christ and makes him go to. And anyway, it's good. But the stoning of Stephen was important because of that moment, like when he sits there and says, "You're worshipers of Remphan," which is where the Star of David is. There's no such thing as a Star of David. It's a Star of Remphan, which is a god of child sacrifice along with Moloch. And that's what he's fucking calling these guys. And they fall on him. And it's kind of these things is like, whatever evil persistence is in people, you see it when it's called out. When someone stands up to them and calls them out, you can just see it go wild in them, right? Same thing with these politicians. They go wild. They go feral. It's interesting. I think the most interesting one was Dan Bongino, the podcaster who went to the, deputy director of the FBI, and we're going to clean it up. And all he did was help. He helped cover up the Epstein files. The guy who had talked years about how Epstein and all these people need to be tried and we need to bring it into the light and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, he sold out.
He fucking sold out in a heartbeat. He sold out so fast. I'm surprised he could, whiplash hadn't permanently crippled him. Like, it was unbelievable. Anyway, he quit the FBI to go back to podcasting, and all he did was attack anyone that was criticizing Trump and the right, on the right specifically, like the former conservative, whatever, influencers, whatever you want to call them, that were like pro, like me, a pro-Trump guy. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're a monster. You're out of your mind. He'd immediately come for someone like me. That's what he did. And so he got confronted by a guy saying, all you did was cover up for child molesters. God will judge you. Dan Bongino flipped, and you just saw him just go wild-eyed and start foaming and screaming at this guy. And you're like, oh, he hit a nerve. It's kind of like giving someone the thumbs down.
Yeah.
I hit a nerve.
Yeah.
It must be true. Only truth hurts. Yeah.
Yeah. Yuck.
Yeah. That's where we're at. And we're the enforcement arm of the child molester wing of the cult that runs the world. We're their military. We're the one blowing up and killing in their name for them. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. It makes me sick. Oh, it makes me sick to my stomach. I can't express how sick this war makes me feel. What are we doing? We're targeting schools, colleges, civilians. Like the thing that made me sick, and you understand, I was at January 6th. I was a fucking huge Trump supporter. I had faith that this guy, yes, no new wars. Let's stop. You know what Americans want is isolationism. We don't want to fucking do anything else with anyone else anymore. We don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
just
want
wanna be
nothing
safe.
to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're bordered by 2 oceans.
Mm-hmm.
We're fine. You know, like
Yeah.
this shit isn't our problem. You know, and so I take that into account. Like I lived with the sword of Damocles, which would be potentially becoming a domestic terrorist over my head for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
To have this guy start talking about how he's going to wipe a civilization off the planet and start blowing up infrastructure and electricity and bridges. That's not affecting the fucking military. They have backup generators. Our bases have backup generators. You know who that's hurting? The fucking people.
Yeah. The women and the children and the dads and the, yeah.
I'm going to wipe your civilization off the planet. There's 100 fucking million people there.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Yeah.
What are you, this boomer talking tough? Rawr, rawr, rawr. You're the president.
What is that sacrifice supposed to be for?
All I can figure is his continued glory. You know, he has a goat in Mar-a-Lago covered in $100 bills that says, "In Trump we trust." He has a golden fucking goat.
What?
He has a golden goat.
That's tacky as hell.
So when Moses led his people out and he went up to Mount Sinai to talk with God to come down with the law that they should live by, God's law, to have favor. He came back down from the mountain. He wasn't gone long. They just saw the Red Sea's part. They just saw a living pillar of fire. They're being fed from manna from heaven, right? Like every day is a miracle, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'm going to go to the top of this mountain. I'm going to talk to the living God, and I'm going to come back with a message for us. What do you think they did?
What?
They built a golden calf to worship.
What the heck? So
Moses cast down the tablets and melt the thing. And, like, it's only gone for a little while, and you already went into idolatry. I don't know what's going on in the Trump campaign. I don't know if it's people like it's always been this way and we were right. Doesn't seem like that. It seems like this is pretty fucking new. Something's happened.
He also does not look well, to be honest. No. Like I'm not somebody. I guess I just. No matter whether our president sucks or not, I try to be respectful because it's our president. So I'm not somebody who's ever going to go around just saying mean things, and I just don't do that.
He holds the office. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and we need him right now, you know. But I will say, in the most current videos that I've seen of him, he doesn't look
good.
He doesn't look good. Yeah, he looks like he's aged a lot over a very short amount of time. And I know he's getting up there. I know, but
he's
still. Still, it's like all of a sudden though he looks 80, you know.
Oh yeah, he looks rough. He always looked good. Look at I'm golfing, I'm playing with my grandkids.
Yeah, he looked healthy. Now he
dancing on stage.
Yeah, now he does not. He doesn't.
I feel like, and I want to give him the benefit of the doubt because I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. God's honest truth. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like the 2 attempts they took on his life that we know of, because there's that alleged third one that we don't know of. I think it scared him. And I think someone said, this isn't going to stop. And if we can't get you, I'm going to get your granddaughters. I'm going to wipe your people from the face of this fucking earth. Whoever really runs things. It's not Israel. It's whoever's behind them. They're just another tool. Netanyahu's just another puppet. If he's even alive. So I think that threat was made probably through his son-in-law, old Jared Kushner. I think Jared Kushner sat down with him and said, listen, they're not going to stop. And there's pretty soon they're going to come for the kids. They're going to come for Ivanka. They're going to come for me. If they can't get you, they can get us.
And Trump loves his kids. He loves his family.
I like this
dick, but he does love his family.
I want to believe that's the leverage they're holding. I want to believe that. I want to. That's the fantasy I want to believe. Because understand this. Do you know who John McAfee was?
No.
McAfee Internet Security. It's like
I was going to say when you said that, I was like, McAfee sounds like that security virus. Whatever.
Yeah, it is. So John McAfee created that. He's a brilliant man. he was also fucking wild, man. So he was this, independent tech billionaire, one of the first ones out there, sold his company, made his money, and was just like, I think he killed a guy in Costa Rica as he was, he had his own armed gang that he equipped and like patrolling a town that he basically ruled.
What the heck?
He lived in Tennessee for a little while out to himself in just like a normal house, drinking Jack Daniels. Like he had a yacht and travel in the world. And one of the things is like he was running for president. He would do it as like a gag. And one of the things they're like, aren't you afraid they're going to get you? Because he was very critical of the U.S. government and governments around the world. And he's like, they can't get me. He's like, after I got in trouble the first time they tried to frame me, he's like, I, as an apology, gave free computers to all the congressional staff. On that computer was monitoring.
Oh, that's so brilliant.
He's like, I know everything. He's like, and I have a dead man switch. So he also had a condo in Miami. Same one that Jared and Ivanka had a condo in as well. It's like really high end place.
Oh, is that the one that blew
up? That they weren't at. No,
that's been a minute now. That's another one nobody talks about anymore.
Because allegedly his dead man switch was in there, and they didn't know necessarily where or how to get it. So they're like, blow the fucking building up. So
I remember when that happened, everybody was like, "Oh, who lived there and what were they trying to get rid of?" Like,
yeah,
that's
it's
so
John
crazy.
It was McAfee. Allegedly, that's where McAfee's dead man switch was because they got rid of him. Then
that's crazy.
They killed him. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what it is. And he was smart. He had it on him. He had the angle. But enough time, all they have to do is figure out, it's like, well, we can't get it. We can't shut off the internet because it'll go cellular. We can't do this and that. We'd have to destroy it all at once. If we try and breach injury, like it's, what are we going to do? If we cut off power, it has a power backup. And if that runs out, it's going to automatically transmit. What are we going to do? Blow the fucking building up. Oh, that'll work.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Just destroy it. Destroy it. Who gives a shit? And then he's gone.
And then everybody forgets about it.
Well, everybody's tuned into the media, and the media is owned. Project Mockingbird, it's admitted the CIA influence in all news stations. Mm-hmm. Jesse Ventura, former governor of Minnesota, he had said that there's CIA in every governor's staff that you can't get rid of.
Wow.
And the thing is, they don't answer to us. They don't answer well, the CIA is running. No, they answer to somebody. We just don't know who. We don't really understand how the world works. We don't actually understand who has power. Look at these fucking villas and stuff that are around the world that occasionally come up for sale, and people like ogle the castles. What? Families own multiple castles? Who the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
It's like that German castle and the vampire guy.
Yeah. Which I did look at after that episode too. I had wrote it down and I went back and I Googled it and I watched a bunch of videos on TikTok and stuff about it. It was really neat.
You're like, this guy's probably a vampire.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really.
Did you see him talk about that stump?
No, I didn't. I wasn't in a place where I was listening. I was watching everything. So he didn't have the words up, but yeah, I had my kid somewhere. But yeah, it was really neat. Yeah. I love that old kind of. I love the mystery. Yeah, just like when we were talking about, like the parks and that movie Cabin in the Woods and sacrifices that need to be made. What was that other? There was a movie not too long ago they just came out. It was like within the last year. The Gorge. Was it The Gorge? I mean, they made a big play about it. They advertised it big time. It was like an Apple TV movie.
That's why I don't have Apple TV.
It had that one of those not even up and coming. He's already made it, but he was in Top Gun. I don't remember. One of those pretty boys. Anyway, but that's another one where one country puts some person for a year. That's their job to go stay on the edge of this cliff and make sure nothing comes out of this gorge. Mm-hmm. And then another country does the same thing on the other side. And these two people realize that they're across from each other and they're not supposed to communicate, but they do. So, and they wind up communicating. And then they realize, end of story, there's nothing but like demons and stuff down there.
So there's a guy named Tony Merkel who runs a podcast called The Confessionals. He actually lives somewhat near me. And he has a claim that, because we live near the Oak Ridge Labs.
Yeah.
If you don't know what those are, fucking Google them. All three people
A
who are
lot of
listening to
interesting information there. Yeah.
there's way more than, and not only that, like the Department of Energy, all those things are worth looking into. Anyway, the claim is some of the security officers and stuff out there were briefed and trained on what to do if portals appeared on premises. And
To
just
be
shoot
briefed and
anything
trained on that. Can you
and just
imagine?
shoot anything that comes out.
Okay,
If
guys. So
something tries to come out,
today,
fucking shoot it.
today we need to discuss this.
Yeah. Well, that's
how
it.
do you
Like,
prepare people for that?
I buy shotguns. I mean, I'm waiting on a mist type scenario. The mist is going to flow in over one day, and I'm going to be like, "Oh shit, stay inside."
You literally do live where the mist would start at. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
We're the model
show
of
Stranger Things. Yes.
Yeah. We're the model of Stranger Things. So it's a little unsettling sometimes when everyone you know has security clearances. Like,
or just like when they say with the whole mall in Miami, there's so many people. Part of the conspiracy is that one of those portals opened up in the wrong place.
Yeah.
But they got their coordinates backwards or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But
there was allegedly another one in Florida and around Miami that had a similar occurrence. People just forgot about it. Look at the Vegas. Remember the Vegas the alien landing?
no.
Like a UFO was seen in Vegas, and an alien was running through a guy's backyard and got it on security camera. And they were
Not downtown
and
Vegas,
then
but out in
the
the
kids
city.
The kids talk. I'll talk to anyone, and then the family's like, "Well, we're talking to someone from the government," and then he came out and was like, "I don't want to talk about this anymore."
Yeah,
because I have nothing else to say. It's like, "Well, you're Ukrainian." I'm not. I don't want to say anything else. Scares the shit out of them. You know,
or what was that guy? I mean, I don't ever remember anybody's names like you do, but the guy who was driving down the highway somewhere here in America and saw a giant on the top of the mountain and stopped and recorded it.
That was Alaska.
And that thing, and then he kept going back and he took off. It went viral, and then he died. Yeah,
he died. Yeah, he died.
Crazy coincidence. Oh,
it's crazy coincidence. So it's the other thing is like for the Vegas, there was no UFO sighting. The reason that got their attention was a flash of light, and a thing appeared and was running around, and then another flash of light, it disappeared again.
So that's what you mean by the portal lobe. Yeah. I mean, why the fuck not? I mean, golly, everything else is coming out to be true.
Wouldn't that be crazy if we're moving into a time like whatever frequency or whatever the age is that we're approaching or about to move into is one where everything that has ever been myth or story from whatever is now real.
That's how it feels.
And the monsters
to be honest, that's
are
how
in
it
the darkness.
feels. Because I mean, the way that they're talking about, okay, let's to simplify it, this whole the group that's in the Epstein files, how dark, if you go down the darkest hole that anybody has created for that one, you can call them vampires. The Bigfoot sightings that we literally just had in Ohio, with 8 of them within like a couple of days. Mermaids.
Getting out of the way of a meteorite that was falling.
Yeah.
They knew it was coming first. So what was that then?
The meteorite, yeah.
Yeah. Can't have meteorites on a flat Earth, people.
Because now there's a whole.
Right, Amy?
Would you stop with the flat Earth? Now there's a whole slew of people saying that we're at war, people. None of those are meteorites. None of those are asteroids. Those are all missiles that we are stopping.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's true or not, too.
No, I don't, like, where are they coming from?
I don't know. Or anybody that hates us.
There's a lot to put. I mean, look how much it took for us to fake putting these people in space.
You're going to get us canceled before Theo gets a chance to actually really listen to us.
I know, and he would love us. He would love us.
He will love us.
Yeah, well, till, Mossad knocks on your door.
I know. Well, we're going to get a warning label real quick.
Here's the thing. We just need to have a code phrase. If you're ever compromised and you don't know how to tell me, just make sure you send me one of those I stand with Israel stickers, and I'll know they got you.
You don't think that's a little too obvious?
It's what they want. Give them what they want. They won't question it.
Jeez.
That way I know.
We can add a new logo to our podcast site there.
I don't know.
It's a crazy time we're living in. Seriously. All these things, all the footage. And it's also a time where kind of like you said, they're desensitizing us, but AI is doing that because now we're seeing things that we're like, oh, and then you find out that's not real. Remember the bunnies on the trampoline? Remember the fucking bunnies on the trampoline? You saw that, didn't you? Oh, just a couple months back, there was a video of bunnies that got up on a trampoline and they start bouncing and they all just start bouncing. And it is the most precious thing. It went viral, millions and millions and millions of views across different social media platforms. Yeah. Just to find out it's AI. Then the next thing you know, the next day you're seeing one where there's a deer that gets on the trampoline and starts jumping. And then you're like, fuck you. Like,
something that's not AI that we don't talk about enough?
What?
The Jew tunnels in New York.
The Jew tunnels?
Mm-hmm. There was tunnels in New York that the Hasidic Jewish organization from a temple dug into the ground, massive tunnels. And there was actually a guy in an apartment building. He's like, I live on the basement of this shitty apartment. He's like, I swear I hear Jews singing below the floor. He's like, it's the weirdest thing. And he was saying it on X and people were making fun of him. Anyway, the police ended up getting some like anonymous tips and they ended up raiding the place and like going in there and they pull out where it was. And they had dug out a wall and started digging tunnels and they found bloody mattresses and all kinds of shit. One of the rabbis went out to like try and like calm people down. And they're like, they're saying you were doing like ritual practice. He's like, no, sometimes we take the dead body and we try and reanimate them and bring them back so we can bring our savior. Then we try and bring the spirits and fill them. He's like, and the thing is, they're such an insulated people. He's like, he's just saying this shit like it's normal. And the people like interviewing him are like, shit, what? Yeah.
So how massive are these tunnels? How long do they go on for?
I don't know. Everyone stopped talking about it.
Oh.
Everyone stopped talking about it.
I've always been intrigued.
Do yourself a favor. Look up the New York Jew tunnels.
Or I have to write it down because I'll forget.
Yeah.
I feel bad writing Jew down. Isn't that bad?
That's just how conditioned you are. It's just people. But Jewish.
Like I feel like I just did something wrong by writing the word down.
Yeah, that's because you're fully conditioned. You're fully conditioned. Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. I just don't want to be an asshole. I'm fully conditioned to try to not be an asshole.
How are you being an asshole?
I don't know. It's just how it makes me feel writing the word down. I don't know.
Yeah, it's called a Pavlovian response.
Pavlovian. And you know what else is really interesting with the tunnels is the catacombs in Paris. I've always thought that was pretty creepy and amazing and interesting and dark.
What do you think about the underground city in LA?
I don't know a lot about that and I don't know what to believe. If I'm being honest, I've seen a lot of videos on it and it kind of there are too many different takes. I don't know what's real and what's not. And again, I'm not sure what AI is popping. I just don't know. I'm not sure what I'm seeing, if it's real or if it's not.
So apparently Jared Leto's house, he bought an old military compound to put his cult into. Of course he
did.
To put his cult into that worship him.
That drink his Kool-Aid.
I think he's drinking their Kool-Aid. But whatever, he has apparently that's where the military access for the tunnels for the underground are. Because that's why he bought it. It's like it's a military, like that was why they put it all there. It was a listening post. And he bought it, moved his cult, his little cult that he doesn't talk about.
So is there like an active city going on down there? Is it just?
I don't know. I know one guy who I believe he said he's been in a deep underground military base.
Mm-hmm.
He said they're real. He's like, I've been there. He's like, it was unbelievable. It's a city. Because how the hell are they keeping it secret? And he's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So I've seen a few videos where they show, and maybe it's like out in Missouri or Indiana, Iowa, but like, where the roads and the tunnels, and all of a sudden you realize, wait, that goes down underground. That's a tunnel. Like that's the entrance to, and you see a truck driver and he'll be recording it every once in a while. And they just go
those
down.
Are old salt mines. Yeah. No, that's the Metropolis. That's
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's businesses down there.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Logistics, storage, like they treat it kind of like an underground bunker because they're old salt mines, as I understand it. And so it's very dry. It stays at the same temperature. It's perfectly preserved. And if we went to nuclear war, everything in there is going to be just fine.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's along those lines. But it does make you wonder. It makes you wonder everything that's going on. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, I hope Theo enjoys this episode. If he listens to it.
If he will, if he listens.
Take it easy, Theo.
Mom's gonna like it.
She's the one.
Thanks, Mom.
She's the one. Whatever. You have words of wisdom to part with?
Words of wisdom. Make sure you have lots of patience if you decide you're going to put a pool in.
Why?
Because it